Welcome back to another episode of Baseline Car Channel. In today's episode, we're going to be working on a Tesla. Let's get right into it. For those of you that are new to my channel, this is my 2015 Tesla Model S. This is 85D model. It has very low mileage. Pretty good car. It's a white in color, panorama roof, and a little bit of a quarter panel damage. Nothing crazy, nothing that wouldn't buff out. I'm just kidding, guys. It actually needs a little bit of work, but good thing I have all the parts that I need. I have a brand new door. I have a new quarter panel right there, by the way. The door is somewhere on the inside, so we can get to those later on. I have the car on the jack stands, and I'll show you guys in a minute why I have that. I did this to kind of test out if I could drive this thing, and I didn't want to drive on the streets and didn't want to never tested the brakes and all that, so I just put it on the jack stands just to make sure the car is able to drive and I don't have to risk anything. But let me show you guys what's going on. So initially when I bought this car, it didn't have a good working MCU or the main screen, but as you guys can see, I got that to work. I got every MCU or the main screen, basic control screen, everything to work. Everything's working right now. The other issue that I'm having is I cannot get my car to start. The car is off, as you guys can see right there. It said it is off. I'm pressing the button, doesn't do anything. But good thing I was able to find a way for me to start this thing with my MacBook. I could put a few codes in the terminal or command prompt and I could start this thing, and once I can get this thing started, I could probably just drive it out, take it to a frame machine, or I'll probably just pull up to the nearest tree and try to get this thing to pull. I don't need much of a pull because I'm going to be cutting most of the panels, but the main thing that I was really concerned that I really wanted to do was to get this little gap off of it. It has a little bit of a, not gap, but it has a little bit of a bend right here, and that's what I need to pull. So that's just the main priority at the moment. I need to pull this little thing. The rest of the stuff is not damaged, so I'm not worried about that. I'm just gonna cut the rest of the panels off and replace them with the new ones. But let me show you guys what's going on with the car as far as starting. So as I said, I got the way I figured out the way how to start this thing. Let me show you guys. It's a little secret, but yeah, basically I could do a little bit of a trick over here. All my functions here are working, as you guys could see. Everything is working fine and everything the way it's supposed to, but as you guys can see, key is not inside the vehicle. When I try to start it, it doesn't do anything, as you guys can see. So I'm gonna do a little bit of a trick here. Let me see. I'm gotta do it off of camera just for a safety reason, I guess. Just don't want people to start my car. But here we go. We got the car started. Basically, I could put in a drive. I have low tires on the other side, which is fine. I guess the sensors are not programmed or whatever. So right now, at this point, I could put the car in the drive and be able to drive it out. I have a whole bunch of sensor issues, not sure what those are, but I'll get to those later on. As of right now, I need to pull up the car off the jack stands and get to work. So let's get right into it. That's pretty cool how I'm able to start this car just by a laptop. It's kind of crazy. Ooh, I got new codes. Tire pressure low. That's least of issues. Before I had a whole bunch of codes related to ABS problem, and all of those were related to a speed sensor, which I did discover that was broken in 2 or 3 places. So I had to replace that, had to fix wires, to double check the wires, had to make sure I solder them and all that, make sure my brakes are good. And after that, all the codes disappear. So that's a good thing about Tesla, that the codes reset themselves once you fix the issue. So let's get this car off the jack stands and kind of just get to work. Alright guys, so here's what I was thinking. So I'll take the car off the jack stands, take it down, put it in the drive it to where the Dodge Ram is right there, kind of place it there, and then I'll use these chains. I got a bucket of chains right here. I got these securing things, whatever they called, bindings, whatever, and then I got this hook. This is a framing hook, specialized to do a frame on the cars. This is also a framing, like I guess a jaw or something you call it. You could just kind of squeeze the metal and you could pull on it. So I'll use that and that to kind of secure the car between those two trees right there, and hopefully I'll be able to pull on it a little bit. It should be a light top layer. I'll just need a little bit of a pull and that should be good to go. So I'll move this Dodge right now and get to work. Okay guys, so I kind of rolled this car out, and once I was trying to turn, for some kind of reason I got a little rubbing over here, so I'm not sure if it's a fender liner or something just fell down, or maybe there's something that's sticking out. Gotta check what it is. But overall I was able to, as you guys can see, drive the car out and kind of get some progress going. So let me check what's going on there with the fender liner, and maybe I clear up everything, or I'm not sure what's going on there, but I'll check, and after that I should be able to pull up right here between the trees and do a hillbilly repair. As I was attempting to move the car again, let me show you guys what I found out. You see this? I don't know if you can see, I don't know if the camera could capture it, but one of my control arms, let me try to see if I can move it. Okay, see this? It's out. The ball joint is out. It kind of ripped itself off. Not sure what happened there, but long story short, I need one of these in order to move my car. But for right now, I'm kind of trying to find a solution to move the car temporarily. And if I don't, then I'll just gonna have to leave the car here for now and move it later on, and see what I can do until the parts come. Alright guys, so quick update on the control arm. So let me show you guys this upper control arm, or actually lower control arm, that holds the wheel from going back and touching the back of a firewall or whatever. It was kind of, it just popped out of, it broke the bolt where it kind of goes in into a knuckle, or yeah, I guess knuckle. So long story short, I took a strap and I kind of strapped it down where I kind of secure it. This is most redneckish way of fixing things, but I guess if it works, it does. So hopefully this will do. Hopefully this will give me a temporary fix at the moment. I mean, it kind of looks like it's in the spot, close enough at least. Hopefully I'll be able to turn the wheel and get to the spot that I need to by the time the new control arm comes in. So let's get right into it. Let's put the wheel on and see if we could get this thing to move. Alright guys, so as you guys can see, if we turn the wheel this way, it kind of all clears. Ando поверни ту сторону. Turn the other way. See? As you guys can see, there's enough clearance over here, and there's enough clearance on the front. So I think we might be okay. Let's give it one more try and see if we'll be able to move this thing with the strap on. So yeah, let's get to it. Alright guys, as you guys can see, I'm sitting between two trees and I'm about to do my most redneckish hillbilly repair. So the goal is to get this thing out, as I already mentioned to you guys, or maybe I haven't. But yeah, I got a little bit of a gap right here. This is all I need to pull, because all of this, I could just cut it out, I guess down to this point, and just replace it from a new quarter panel. But this is what I need to pull, nothing major. So let's get into it. I'm probably gonna just hook it up right here somewhere and try to pull it. If it's gonna pull the whole car, then I'm probably gonna strap it down to that tree, which is why I put it between two trees, and kind of get to it. But those of you guys that are crazy fanatics about gas engines and you hate this kind of work, or you hate to watch this being done to a Tesla, or this hillbilly repair, most redneckish way of repairing in your backyard under a shady tree, well, you guys could watch a Mustang build in the playlist somewhere over here, one of the corners. It's gonna have a little playlist. You can click on that and you can check out my 1000 horsepower Mustang build, the white body that's about to be painted very soon. I'm gonna take it to the paint shop and get this thing painted. Right now it's kind of sort of getting prepped for a paint job, so you guys could check out this project. But as for right now, let's get back to Tesla and check it out and see what we could do, and let's try pull things and see how it's gonna go and what we can do to get this thing solved. I'm probably gonna leave this door for now until I pull some of the stuff out, and then I'll take the new door, place it on it, and try to measure with the new door and see how well it's gonna close. So let's get right to it and try to pull on things, see how well it's gonna go. I know it's aluminum, so I'm not gonna have much of a stretch room, but I mean, the only way to find out how it's gonna go is by pulling on and see how it responds to it. Okay, a few minutes later, here we are. So I got this jaw puller thingy kind of mounted on the outer layer. We have a few weld spots right here that should hold and should be able to give me a little bit of a pull for me to pull this little push right here, I guess, whatever it's called. But let's try this. What I got here's, let me show you my redneckish setup on my frame machine. So kind of have it right here, run it towards here, run it towards here to the tree, and hopefully, you know, this thing will be pulling itself, and hopefully this thread is going to be enough to pull just enough for me to kind of just get this thing off, because I'm getting rid of this, so I don't care if I damage this. I want to save this layer and repair it and kind of keep it there without touching it. So let's get to it. Alright guys, so check this out. Just look at it. How nice that came out. So this crack in between, it looks pretty even. And don't forget that this is supposed to be like that. It's supposed to have a little warp. Let me show you guys on the other side. But check it out. How pretty nice that all came out. All of this could get body filler, so it's no problem if it has a little dings or dents, as long as it's kind of in its place. So let me show you guys the other side, and you guys will see what I'm talking about as far as this. You guys see, it has a little bit of a gap right here. There's like a little turn that kind of comes this way. It's not necessarily all straight and perfect. So I think we're almost there. I guess we could pull a little bit more and kind of call our day on that. I think we're pretty happy with this. So let's keep going, try to pull a little more, and then continue with the rest of the stuff. Okay, up next, here's what we got. So we got a little bit over here. Got a little bit of puchi here. As you guys can see, nothing crazy. But I was attempting to try to pull on it, and as you guys can see, it has a little bit of a tear. Aluminum doesn't really want to stretch much, so you gotta really pull it really softly and nicely. Doesn't take much, but so what I was thinking of doing right now to kind of pull this thing out, I'm just gonna put a hook right here and try to pull on this and see if I can get some of this stuff off. Even though it's gonna be replaced, I still want to kind of pull it back as much as I can, so I could just have it all lined up next panel whenever I'm replacing. Everything's gonna be all lined up and ready to go. Alright, so quick update. As I'm trying to pull on the inner layer a little bit, it's actually kind of going. But another thing that's going is actually my car. It's kind of sliding because it's kind of on the gravel. So what I'm probably gonna do, since I kind of parked in between the trees, I'm probably just gonna take some straps or chains or whatever, find some solid points underneath the car, subframe or whatever, secure it and make sure it kind of doesn't pull itself towards the other side, and that should be able to hold the car in its place. As funny as it looks, it's actually effective. So here's how I did it on the other side. I just wrapped around the tree, put one of those ties in between the chains, ran into the wheels, put some UPS packaging thing so I don't scratch the wheel, and then underneath I just secured it to a cradle. so the whole thing is kind of secure. The cradle is pretty solid piece to secure to, so it's not going to move anywhere. Plus we're not putting that much force, so this side shouldn't move much further, or it should move the car towards this side, and we should be able to pull on that metal and kind of let it come out. Let's keep going. Alright guys, so check this out. You guys see how flat this area? I mean, it's not ideal or perfect, but I don't know if you guys could tell. This area all came out. Just where I pulled it, it was all wrinkly like this before. You see how pretty straight it looks? I mean, give a little bit more hammering and probably be fine. But what I gotta do now, I gotta straighten up all this wrinkling. So I gotta move this jaw a little bit lower, stretch it down this way, and get rid of all these imperfections right here, so I can have a smooth area right here where I could just make my cuts later on. Okay, so I have straightened that area a little bit, straightened this area a little bit, and it's actually, I'm surprised, but it's aluminum pieces and they're pretty bendable. I could actually move, or I could bend them with these like pliers. That's kind of crazy. Like, it's kind of light and strong. So anyways, long story short, I think next step is probably going to be to change the door. I gotta remove this door nice and easy, and trying to hang the new door, which is laying somewhere on the inside right there. I don't know if you guys could see it or not, but it's kind of getting dark already, so I'm probably just gonna have enough time to swap this door and call it a day. So let me try that and see if I could. Let's keep going. Alright, so it's getting really dark and I could barely tell what I'm doing and where my tool's at, so I'm just ended up this thing. So as you guys can see, I put the new door with a little bit of adjustment. This thing should sit pretty well. This side needs to go a little bit up, that one needs to be going down, but overall, as you guys can see, this thing fits pretty cool. So yeah, if we change this part of it, we're gonna be fine. We're just gonna be fine. So one of the main tasks that I gotta figure out right now is somehow to open the door. I figure out that the latch itself is in the quarter panel. I don't have any wires connected to this door, so I'm not sure how I'm gonna open this door. I'm gonna have to find a way from the inside, probably through the quarter panel or something like that. I mean, through this plastic. Underneath this plastic is supposed to be a latch. I'm gonna try to find a new way to open this, because as I said, I don't have any wires connected and it's kind of all electronic, so that's gonna have to be something I'm gonna have to play with. But as for right now, that's probably gonna be it for today, so I guess I get you guys on the next one.